presentation today is about finding out how flushable are your wipes. The reason we are investigating this question is because flushable wipes often cause some problems, such as clogged pipes, which can be from not breaking down properly, or even decomposing or breaking down fast enough. Clogged pipes can lead to backups in your home, which wouldn't be very pleasant for you to clean up. If the wipes or products reach sewage treatment centers, it can disrupt the treatment process as well. Our mission for this project is to educate and help others understand the risk of flushing products that aren't toilet paper, even if the products are marked as flushable. We also want to teach you how you can take this research into your own home. Some connections we've included from Chapter 4 is overflow of sewage can be potentially dangerous for some. When a clog happens, workers have to work fast to fix the blockage, where they are working against the clog to make sure the blockage doesn't cause severe overflow running into nearby water sources, which this can cause contaminated water leading to waterborne diseases. Some connections we concluded from Chapter 6 are with septic tanks doing their job properly, everything runs smoothly. There's no overflow and no pollution. However, when wipes are introduced, the possibility of backups runs high. When the septic tank begins to clog and nature can't do its original course, it begins to mess up cycles. Wipes are often made out of artificial fibers, which can contain plastics. This is often the reason why wipes don't break down fully or even at all. They can be harmful to small wildlife that venture into your backyard, such as birds, squirrels, or even if you have pets, such as dogs. During the lab in the woods, we were able to see deer drinking from the stream. These animals are a very good reason on why it's so important for the wipes to be fully dissolved when flushed. If not, then it can pollute the water that humans and animals drink, which can cause health problems to both. We were also surrounded by many plants, and any of them depend on the water stream and it became polluted. It can become difficult for them to intake nutrients and water through their roots as well, causing them to have many problems. In our attempt to educate others, we decided to upload a Facebook post. In the post, we explain the problem of flushing products down even if they are marked as flushable. We provide pictures of how blockages can look, which aren't very pretty. We also talk about Body Fresh toilet paper foam, which is a product you can use as an alternative to wipes. It provides that cleanliness that many look for in wipes because they feel like toilet paper doesn't do the job. With Body Fresh, it gives you a better alternative without clogging your pipes like wipes can, which can lead us into our own experiment. For day 1, with all 3 products, we have submerged them in water. They were then mixed thoroughly, or at least attempted. Some observations from day 1 that we see are: the toilet paper begins to break up rather quickly. Cottonelle, there's little to no change. Equate, it begins to break down and water becomes slightly foggy. Moving on to day 3, the toilet paper, it's severe breakdown at this point. It's in multiple pieces. Cottonelle, breakage is introduced, water is cloudy, and pieces look mushy. Equate, water is still a tiny bit foggy, but there's little to no change from day 1. Moving on to our last day of day 7, Cottonelle has little to no change from day 3, while the pieces are still a little bit big. Toilet paper, little to no change from day 3, still in their respective pieces. Equate, slight fog still, however, little to no change as well. Here's a picture of the product still in the water at the end of day 7 to compare all the products next to each other. For the next step of the experiment, which this process is not shown to save some time, the products were then strained and balled up. Here's a picture of the results of that all next to each other. For comparison, of the start of the project to the end of the project, the same product has been placed above the end results. Based on the experiments and our findings, the toilet paper broke down a lot better compared to both flushable wipe products. Between wipe products, however, Cottonelle broke down slightly better than Equate. But overall, toilet paper is still a better product to be flushing down your toilets compared to wipes. However, for some price comparison, Equate is the cheaper product of the wipes if you need to save some money. They still work to an extent, and they aren't terrible. However, if you're really trying to save money, toilet paper would still be the route to go. For price comparison, Cottonelle is about $2.68 per pack. If you were to use about 2 wipes per trip to the restroom, that's about 21 uses out of a pack. For Equate, it's $1.62 for a pack. If you were to use 2 per trip as well, that's about 24 uses out of a pack. For toilet paper, however, it's $11.28 for a pack, which is 12 rolls, which is 1,000 sheets per roll, which is about 12,000 sheets. If you were to use 10 to 15 per trip, that's about 60 to 70 uses out of a roll. Overall, toilet paper still seems to be the way to go, to be efficient and safe. However, if you were to still use wipes, cotton would be the way to go based off our experiment. Our recommendation is to do it as you see fit for your own home and hygiene purposes. However, feel free to do your own experiment to see if what you use at home is good for your plumbing or not.